All right, this is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Joyful Joel.
Guys, what's up?
It's a joyous occasion.
Yes.
We're going to finally do another top 10 list. It's been a while. The last one we did was the Friday the 13th franchise. That was a ranking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time we did a top 10. Maybe just the year. Probably at the beginning of this year when we did
Yeah, it may have,
or at the end of last year.
Yeah.
We did the top 10 of 2024. So it's been a while.
Didn't we do one for music or?
Oh yeah, we might have done a music one in sometime in between.
Yeah.
But nobody watches those. So we're gonna do movies again. And being that we're halfway through this decade, and we probably should have done this episode at the beginning of this year, but we didn't. So we're doing it now. Yeah. We're going to do from 2020 through 2024 horror films, top 10, 5 honorable mentions each.
Yeah.
And we're not including anything from this year. So just 2020 through 2024. And then eventually we'll do 2025 through 2029 once we get there. All right. But you got to make sure to subscribe if you want to get that list in 2029. And you're going to have to subscribe because who knows what's going to happen between now and then, and who knows what YouTube will be like. We might be in some other realm of the internet at that point.
True.
In which you need to subscribe to be able to know about it. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified when we drop an episode. And if you like it, share with your friends, share with everybody on your social medias, like our video and comment down below with your top 10 list. Let's start at our number 10.
Yes.
Joel, can you tell us what your number 10 is?
All right. So my number 10, what was it? Did it come out last year? I think it came out last year. Was Heretic. I liked that one a lot more than you did. I think me and Katrina both really liked it. And I loved the writing in it. Was very smart. But it wasn't trying to convert anybody any way. Like if you were firm in what you believe in, you weren't gonna change one way or the other. So I kind of like that. I kind of wish that it had gone a little bit further and like pick a lane kind of, but but it was good. It was a good conversation back and forth. It was until the end that kind of like lost me a little bit. But the rest of the movie was still really good and just really smart. And
the end got a little weird.
Yeah,
but it was I mean I liked it. It's not on my list, but I liked it, but I didn't think it was as great as maybe my expectations were. So
I want to see Hugh Grant do more roles like that.
Yeah, me too. He's already he's already a good actor. He's got the accent, So for a character like that, it's like perfect.
Yeah.
He sounds very intellectual,
Yeah.
So all right. My number 10. And I can't believe I'm putting it this low.
Oh.
Because we're talking about 5 years, so. And I could really move this list around.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes, I could probably change it. But right now, this is number 10, and it's Pearl.
Okay.
Yes. So if you're unaware, there was a trilogy of films that came out over the last 3 or 4 years.
3 years? 2 of them came out in,
3 years or so.
2022 and 2024, I believe.
And it was X Pearl and Maxine. And it's called the X Trilogy. Mm-hmm. It's by Ty West, and Mia Goth was a big part of the story, and of course she's in all 3 of the films, and she plays Pearl in this one. And it's, in my opinion, over the last 5 years, the best acting that an actor or an actress has done. The best performance of the last 5 years, and probably the best utilization of like a period piece. It really put you in 1918. But it also had like a Wizard of Oz style like coloring to it, and so it was a very unique looking film. Almost to the point where I was like, I don't know if I want to, like, I was going to see it, but I didn't know if I was really that interested, because we saw the trailer and it had that look to it. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about this, but it's so good. It's done so well. The acting is amazing, and it's creepy and disturbing. So go watch it if you haven't seen it.
You don't really need to watch the other ones. That's kind of like it can be a standalone movie, even though it's part of a trilogy. There's references here and there, but to like X, not to Maxine because I hadn't come out yet. But it is really good.
Okay, so let's go to your number 9.
All right, my number 9 was a good old 2021 Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City.
Wow, nice one.
It was number 1 that year for me. I mean, it wasn't like 2021 wasn't really a big year for movies, but that one was number 1 for me. So like, I feel like I had to put it on there. And they did a really, in my opinion, besides maybe Leon, they did a really good job with really like capturing the games in that movie. And people complain about it for some reason, even though they like the other Resident Evil movies. They'll complain about this one, even though this is the closest to the video games that we've gotten so far.
100%.
But yeah, I really liked it, and I don't know what the plan is going forward, because I don't know if we're getting any more in this universe with like these actors and these characters and stuff. But I hope we do. Because I had like, they didn't do a very good job with Leon, but like they can change that character. They can make him better. For the movie.
It looks like they are doing another one, and it's I don't think it's connected to this film.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, if they connect
it too.
Yeah, if they connect this next movie to like, because they branched off after 6 with 7, 8, and now 9. If they did movies based on that, I wouldn't be mad either. So, because those are really good games so far. 7 and 8 were. So
I don't know anything about any games after 4, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You haven't played or seen Biohazard or Village? Oh, so good.
No, I mean I think I probably
comes out next year.
I've probably seen some of it, but I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about it. So
they're like completely different characters, and they go outside of Raccoon City, and but it's still tied to the lore and stuff. So they're good. They're fun.
Okay. Yeah, that one, great pick. I am with you. I felt like I was playing the game when I was watching that movie, and I haven't felt that way about any video game adaptation. While I think it tried to do a little too much for one movie,
Yeah.
It
should
still
captured the
awesome.
first game. And then, they even captured that guy sitting in the truck eating a donut in the beginning of the. It's
yes.
Like, you even added that detail in there. Come on.
Yeah. All right. Well, my number 9, again, another one that I just was like, man, it seems so low. Saw X. Saw 10.
All right. It's tough. Yeah, it's 5 years worth of movies. So,
and I think, like, objectively, Pearl is one of the best movies of the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
It should probably be top 5, but I'm ranking these as far as my enjoyment, my likelihood of rewatching, and so. So Saw X. We're both big Saw fans. We've gone through all the movies. There's definitely stronger films and weak films in that franchise.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, I can say for sure between the two of us, probably a top 3 of the franchise. I'm hoping that they do something. I don't know. What we had an episode I posted. It's the Saw Blumhouse acquisition,
which I don't know. I think I may have changed my opinion on that a little because I was against it. I was like, Blumhouse is like probably the worst one it could go to, but I forgot James Wan is very much part of Blumhouse.
Yeah,
and he started Saw. Like that was his baby. That was his first movie that he directed and wrote. So
his firstborn.
Yeah. So I don't think that he would, like, I don't know, tarnish that as long as he has, as long as he has it, I don't think he's gonna do anything to mess it up.
Hopefully he'll have a lot of say in the quality of the film before it gets released. Hopefully the expectations will be higher with James Wan being a part of it. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it, though.
I am too.
Let's get to your number 8.
All right. Number 8 is going to be Talk to Me.
Yeah.
2023.
Talk to Me.
Talk to Me. I love this movie. I think it's a really good, especially first movie of these guys. Like, I mean, they've directed their own little YouTube videos and stuff before, but not like a major motion picture.
Yeah.
So it was a really good first time movie and just a really good movie altogether anyway. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yes, go see that. I think it's streaming on at least 1 or 2 different platforms
somewhere
for free if you have the subscription. It's pretty unique, and it's an Australian film, A24.
Yeah,
I wonder how many A24 films are on our lists, because this was like the big 5 years of A24. I feel like they had other films before, obviously, but this was like they had multiple each year, and they're all pretty freaking solid. So
I have a couple on my list. Yeah, A24 and Neon. Now Neon is the new one.
Yeah,
that's getting traction, and I mean they're both like they're branching out of horror already too. They're doing A24 is going for those Academy Awards the last couple years.
Iron Claw
too. Yeah, did get nominated for anything, which it should have, but that's a different story. And I think they're doing the Rock movie this year too. I think it's an A24 movie.
Yeah.
So,
all right, my number 8 Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
Yes. One of the best slashers of the last 5 years. Eli Roth, written and directed. It's over the top, whodunit, some crazy kills, some crazy just like situations, like someone kind of gets turned into a turkey at one point. The killer is awesome. He looks really cool. John Carver, I think
Carver, yeah. John Carver.
And it's just a fun, Eli Roth style slasher, and I'm always up for those.
You said over the top, but still semi-tamed down compared to some of his other movies he's directed. It's not quite as
it's no Hostel or anything.
He did the cannibal one. What was that cannibal one he did?
The Green Inferno.
Green Inferno, yeah.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I loved it. I think it was my number one that year, and I've seen it at least once. No, I think twice, because I saw it twice in theaters, I'm pretty sure. And then I saw it again streaming. So go watch that one if you haven't seen it. It's streaming somewhere for free. It might be Netflix.
Do it.
Do it. All right. Number 7.
Number 7. My number 7 is going to be Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, rise up from the dead.
That's so good. I still think the 2013 is a little bit better, but this had more of that campy feel of the first. Yes. There was a little bit of campiness to it, but some pretty brutal stuff in there too. That opening scene is amazing. Comes out of the water and you just see the Evil Dead rise. It's like
yes,
it's so good. And we should be getting another one next year, I think.
I
think we're getting.
Yeah, I think there's a date that's announced. For next year sometime. I think next summer.
Okay. I was thinking I think more October-ish. Okay. Yeah, I guess these are more summer horror. I'm looking forward.
Evil Dead Burn or something.
Something like that. Yeah. And they're going to be different directors every time. Like you say, first time directors are going to have a chance at these movies. Which this is a franchise that you can do that. You just need the Book of the Dead and you're good. Like you don't need that's. And they've established that there's 3 of them, so they could be anywhere.
And you can keep this going forever. I love how they discovered the book and how they read the book and how it kind of the Evil Dead came to be, how the Deadites were summoned. It was awesome. And I like the story too. Just like the characters and their backstory and their, just you kind of got invested quick. Not too much exposition, not too much detail, but just enough.
Enough to,
It only takes place over one night. So it's not
pretty much,
it's not like you can do too much with that, but they did enough. And
I can't wait for other sequels to this.
All right, my next one. What is this? 7? Talk to Me.
We're gonna have some duplicates, aren't we? All right.
Yeah, I figure we're gonna have a few. But Talk to Me. We talked about it. It's Australian film again. A24. The Philippou brothers. We just did our review for Bring Her Back. That's their second film. This is their first one, and go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's creepy. It's dark. It has some really intense scenes, really gruesome, and stuff that'll stick with you. Like, you're not going to forget this movie if you see it. But we've talked about it quite a bit, so we'll move on to your number 6.
Yeah. All right, my number 6. My number 6 is Pearl.
Pearl. All right.
Yeah, Pearl, number 6. We just talked about this one too. Yeah, it definitely should be higher on the list for sure. I remember us saying that when we did the year.
Yes.
That year's list, how like low it was, and it should be a lot higher because it's a near perfect movie. Like,
yeah,
everything about it, from the acting perspective to just the technical perspective, like everything about the movie is just, it's perfect. But how often, and honestly, I don't like that I judge movies based on how often I'd watch it, because honestly, I don't watch these movies very often, like at all. So it's like, am I basing it off of how often I'd watch it? I don't even watch my like number 1s and number 2s that often. Like it just doesn't happen. So
it's kind of, it's a tough thing to consider. You kind of have to balance your enjoyment. Like I would say, if I'm going to rewatch something, that means I had a certain entertainment level.
Yeah.
Where I was laughing, or, there was some extra form of entertainment that something like Pearl doesn't provide.
Yeah.
Pearl is a little more of a, it's a great movie, but you're not in there like, yes, you're not you're not that excited about watching it. So I guess that's kind of where I kind of,
if you were to rewatch a movie, it wouldn't be that one. Like on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And we've got our new Superman is in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a projectionist. Yeah. One of 4 actors in the entire movie. Yeah, he's gonna be the new Superman. They don't really go into his backstory, but there's still enough there to grant another movie with John. And they did a really good job with it, and I was surprised by how much I love this movie, to the point where, because of how it leaves off, I need another movie. Like it left off with it open.
Yeah, there's still someone that he needs to get.
Yeah, and the worst one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and at the same time though, I feel like that kind of leads into I don't remember what her name was, the helper.
Amanda,
yeah. That leads into her Saw 3, where like nobody can survive.
Yeah.
Because you left the worst person alive in Saw 10, which is supposed to be in between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So in a way, you can leave it off that way because it makes sense for her story. So why no one can survive? Because these people don't deserve to live or whatever, according to her. And the fact that you left the worst person you could alive, like, it's kind of like a switch in her brain that I can't let that happen again.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it actually makes her story better. Because I think that was like a big reason why you didn't like Saw 3, is because there's no way Amanda's, the way she was doing the traps and stuff, you can't survive any of those.
Yeah.
Does that make Saw 3 a little bit better if that was, because I don't know that's what they were like meaning to do, but that's where I got it. That's what I got from that.
Yeah, I Saw 3. I mostly didn't like Amanda's character at all in that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't like the direction that they went with John. Like Saw 3 was, if that was the end of the trilogy, then I mean it'd be fine, I guess.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, I'm like, I don't like Amanda. I guess I liked her in 2. She, she was a needed character. But I will say in Saw X, I liked her more than I did in Saw 3. She had more character.
Yeah.
And so it makes me appreciate Saw 3 a little bit more because now I kind of like the character.
Okay.
So, and Hoffman shows up at the end.
Yeah.
The mid-credit scene. I never liked him.
Yeah, he was
any of the movies.
He's a great character too.
So I wonder if they're going to do something with him because, he was at the end. We might get a Hoffman story for the next Saw film. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's either going to be we'll get an Amanda Hoffman or Hoffman story or a reboot. I don't think we're going to get Tobin Bell again. That's just my prediction. Well, it's kind of like the Freddy Krueger thing, right? Like, do we want one more movie with John? But then that's the end of Saw, so we're going to have to either do Amanda or, whatever in the next movie. Or do we just start fresh with a reboot? Or do we, go with Hoffman and Amanda now? I don't know. I feel bad for Tobin Bell.
I know.
I'm like, he just seems like he's not in good health. But I know that's the character.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's who I see when I see him. So I'm like, dude, it's okay. You don't have to keep doing this. So I don't know. Maybe Tobin Bell is in better health than I am, and maybe he's, just fine. I don't know.
Ready to make it 11 through 20.
Maybe he's, just fine. But to me, he looks like he should just, hang it up, hang up the Billy, the puppet, and hang up the pig.
We need Billy to come back.
Hang up the pig mask and ride off into the sunset. Yeah.
I have a pitch for a Saw reboot. That's not really a reboot, but it takes place in the real world, and Saw is a movie.
Yes.
And you have this like cult of Jigsaw kind of thing where they where like a bunch of people all over the world will pretend that they're Jigsaw and set up traps for people. Copycat killers all over based on Saw the movie.
Yeah, I can see that. I like that a lot actually, because especially like the first 2 movies, I was like kind of like, these are good lessons. I was, I kind of had those thoughts like, man, you know what? He's got something to say.
Killer with morals. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could see someone taking that really to the,
to the
highest degree
in real life.
and doing something, especially people who just get picked on and, things like that. They get diagnosed with some terminal disease and people pushing them around and stuff. Like, hey, we got school shooters. We got, all kinds of crazy people out there. So that could be scary.
As Billy from Scream said, movies don't make what do you say? Movies don't make people
don't make killers.
Killers.
They just make them
they just
better.
Make them smarter or something like that. I don't that. But it's
something like that. Yeah.
More creative. They just make them more creative.
Yeah. Yeah. Good one.
All right, I'm gonna pitch that to to Blumhouse.
Yeah, do it. Blumhouse.org.
Yeah. I'm sure they've gotten something like that pitched to them at some point. Like it's not the most like creative pitch, but
it's meta. That's a thing to do these days. So let's do it.
Exactly.
Okay, that was your number
2. Yep.
Right, my number 2 is Scream 5.
Not Scream 6.
Or just Scream. Not Scream 6. Scream 6 was not on any lists. Scream 5, whatever you want to call it. This was built up. This was there was a lot of question, a lot of just what's going to happen, what are they going to do? It's been so long. Who's going to be in it? You know, there was a lot of speculation with this one, and I feel like it delivered so well. I liked all the characters. I didn't like that Dewey died. I didn't like that. I think it was necessary to kill off somebody, but I wish it was Gale and not Dewey.
Because he seems David Arquette was one of the only ones that actually felt excited about coming back to the franchise. Yeah,
he did probably his best performance in this. Yeah,
in this movie. Yeah,
he actually had more to do. He was more of a character. He had, a past, and like I really liked him in Scream 5. So it was, it was a bummer that he was killed, and he was killed very like brutally. Like that was an intense kill. Yeah. So there's no coming back from that one. And somehow he's going to be in the next film. So
he will be, though. Nobody dies in these movies. They just.
We'll see how he's in the next one. The next one can really ruin the franchise if they don't do this well. But we'll see.
I don't think Kevin Williamson's going to ruin it. He's been a part of it since the beginning. There's got to be something.
Just the casting. Like if you just look at the cast and the franchise,
there's a lot.
Okay, this is stupid.
There's a lot. Yeah.
It looks like a Scream reunion special or something, not like a actual.
We just need Drew Barrymore back.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. But anyways, I loved all the meta stuff. I liked the requel aspect to it. I liked the elevated horror aspect to it. That opening scene where Jenna Ortega talks about how she doesn't like these, slasher films. She, give me trivia about, The Witch or Hereditary or, Babadook. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is like a horror fans movie. Yeah. And those, those are kind of like deep cuts. If only horror fans are going to know about those movies.
Yeah.
And, other people might have heard of them or something, but only horror fans are going to understand and get the comedy there. You have to kind of be in the horror community to appreciate what she's saying and laugh at it, because there's people like that. And it was just so funny. I loved that scene. And, Sydney being in it was fine. She wasn't in it a lot. She didn't have a lot to do. So, I mean, she could have been in it or not. I could have taken her or left her out.
Mhm.
I like the killers. The girl, I can't remember that actress's name, but she's kind of like a big deal now.
Madison something.
Yeah.
She's
kind of a big deal.
Academy Award winner now.
Yeah, she's a big deal. Nora, I think is what it was called. That came out
Nora.
last year. She won for that. Yeah. So that's cool. I was like, hey, that's the Scream girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and she did a good job. When she flipped, she was believable.
She was psycho.
Yeah. That was crazy. I feel like she's one of the better reveal switches of the franchise. Her and
Richie.
Richie's a killer in this, but
the cousin.
Yeah, her cousin, her and the cousin, I think had some of the best switches in their behavior for the character.
Man, her cousin really beat herself up in that.
That was crazy. Scream 4. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was laughing pretty hard when I first saw that. It's like, geez, a little much. I don't think you have to do it like this. But anyways, Richie, he was okay. I like that actor. Jack Quaid. I like him. He had some funny lines too. With he was like watching Saw on Netflix or something, and then he was watching all the stab movies and stuff, and and then they had like the gimmick of like they're on the 8th film, and Ghostface has a flamethrower now, and
which was Matthew Lillard in that costume.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the fact that they're like the actors are in the movies like and have been for a while, and the fact that they're being featured in this new movie. I mean, it's got to be more than just like one line or like one scene or something for these people. Like otherwise, they just have them there because they've all been in like a scene or two of multiple movies. So it's like
people are speculating about like AI being a big part of who the killer is, because that would totally fit with the new generation of AI creating movies and effects. That's totally relevant to Hollywood and the music industry. So I could see if they go that route for the meta aspect of the film, that somehow
that route. So
that was way too much. I was like, no, you guys are going way too far. I don't even understand what's happening with this. But anyways, they could use AI to bring these characters back in some shape or form on like video. You're not going to actually have Stu on screen like in front of her. You can't like do that, but he could send her a video, or something like that. They could create an AI version of him talking to her. So I hope that's not what it is, because I want to actually see Stu. But the fact that all these other characters are coming back too, makes me think that that's what this is.
It might be true for them. The only reason I think that Matthew Lillard is actually going to be a character in this movie is that no one else has made such a big deal on like their social media about them coming back. He has, like he's done. Yeah. So it's like the other actors have just been like, yeah, we're coming back, but he's actually like made it his mission to let us know that he'll be back. So I feel
and
like
there's the Stu Lives people and the what are they called? The Stu Truthers or something. I don't remember what they're called. There's like a
Truthers.
So I mean, the fact that there's all these people, including us, that want to see Stu back as a killer, or as the leader of something, he would be the one to actually come back as an actual character. So I hope that's what it is.
Yeah,
we'll see.
And they're apparently filming another movie, so we're getting ready to.
Yeah,
so we
they've
might
already announced Scream 8.
We might get a like back-to-back, like maybe Ghostface lives in this one, and we don't actually find out who it is until number 8.
Yeah, well, we'll have to do an episode before 7 comes out.
Yeah, prediction,
or after the trailer, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
They finished Scream 7, like it's like ready to go. I don't know why they're waiting so long to put it out, but
it's the 30th anniversary year for it, so I think that's why they wanted it in 2026.
Yes, that's true.
Which if they're filming, if they're going to be filming the other one soon, we could get an October release, maybe get 2 of them and
get both of them
both of them within their 30-year reunion year. That would be awesome.
Yeah. But, all right, so let's go to our honorable mentions before we get to our number 1. What do you got?
Okay, so a couple of these deserve to be on my top 10, but that's just how it goes. First one's Thanksgiving. That was on your list.
Nice.
I love having a themed slasher movie.
Yes.
Like a Thanksgiving. I want like a Christmas slasher movie. Maybe called Christmas Day or Christmas or whatever.
Hey, we're getting Silent Night, Deadly Night later.
True. Oh yeah, true. There we already do. Yeah. I mean, we do have multiple like movies around Christmas, slashers, but yeah, Thanksgiving is like I can't wait for the sequel. Not sure when that's coming out. I haven't heard anything about a sequel, and so I doubt it's coming out this year. But I'm hoping.
Yeah. Eli Roth has his own. Did you hear about Eli Roth? What he's doing with this production company that he started? Can't remember.
I didn't hear he started one.
Yeah, he started one, and it's him, but the main like funding is through fans. So you can like go on to the production company's website and donate to it, and then he makes films. So there's already one in the works that is through his production company that he's doing. It's not Thanksgiving 2. I can't remember the name of it, but
because he was supposed to, like you said, he was taking all of 2024 off to focus on Thanksgiving 2.
Yeah, that's what I remember hearing. That's what I remember hearing too. But this production company for him is legit. If you look it up, I don't remember the name of it, but I've looked at the website, and yeah, he's trying to have a horror production company funded by horror fans.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. If you donate enough, can you get your name in like the credits?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it's like a producer.
Yeah, I think there's, if you look up like the stuff on the website, I'm pretty sure that's part of it. So
nice.
Yeah. Right, what else?
Next one is Renfield, another vampire movie that I really liked. I didn't want to say it when I talked about Abigail because it's on my list, and it's like, oh, it's on your list, on your top 10. But I really enjoyed it. This is like, it's got to be Lost Boys, Abigail, and Renfield are my 3 vampire movies. People don't like it because it's a lot of like CGI blood, and okay, it's not taking itself seriously, so you shouldn't either. It doesn't bother me when it's from like a movie like that, like the CGI blood.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because it does touch on some serious subject matter.
It does
at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't need to have that in order to enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
If you can look at it as just a fun time, but you can also look at it like, man, this is like an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because there's certain parts where it's like, man, this is kind of, it's kind of touching on these themes.
Yeah.
It'll probably trigger some people.
And maybe that's why people don't like it. Maybe it does trigger them.
Yeah, maybe.
But in like a comedy, like horror way, I guess. Another one is Nosferatu. I have that as an honorable mention.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that one for some reason.
Yeah, well, it feels like it just came out in like 5. It kind of almost did. We got it on Christmas Day, and that's kind of why it's not on my top 10 because it's still very fresh, still very new. That I kind of want to give another watch before I really say if it would be on my top 10 or not. Katrina's not going to like this, but Black Phone is an honorable mention. It was not on my list. And I know that was number 1 for her. I liked it. I feel like it was too easy for him to get out of all that because he didn't actually do anything. Like it was the ghost kids calling from the Black Phone helping him, and his sister ultimately found him. Like it's just, I don't know.
He had to learn some karate. He had to kind of learn some things to fight, and I mean, he killed his.
He did kill him,
the grabber,
but like, did he mean to? Like, I don't think.
Yeah,
like,
I think he meant to. No, he like
break his neck.
Had like he had like a belt or something, and he was able to use it to break his neck. So
yeah, I don't know. Just he had too much help, like getting out of that. It was just like you didn't do a lot of this yourself. But Ethan Hawke looked amazing. Looked awesome as the killer.
Yes. And I'm so excited for the second one.
Yeah, I am too. It looks way darker.
Yeah,
it looks. And this one, people are saying that one looks like a Nightmare on Elm Street. Like he's very much Freddy Krueger. You could argue that this could be Freddy Krueger before he died. Like, because he's still killing 100%. Kids. Like it's just like.
It's the same backstory, really. It's just he was killed by a kid rather than the parents.
Yeah. And then was this gonna be last? Last, I had to put it on here. It's so much fun. Willy's Wonderland.
Nice. Good one.
Made my honorable mentions. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's what FNAF wishes it was.
Yes.
100%. Although I hear the second's going to be way darker, so
that's what I've heard too. We'll see. All right. So for me, I've got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Is that what it was called? What was it called?
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah.
Not the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, just Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I think it was just Texas. I'm not sure though.
Anyways.
Yeah.
It's the most recent of that franchise, and it is my second favorite. I think it was yours too for that whole franchise.
Behind the remake. Not even behind the first.
Yeah. It's one of the best, in my opinion, versions of Leatherface. And it doesn't have the family. Which was a nice change of pace. The family kind of gets on my nerves in a lot of them. So, so I liked it. The Leatherface was the main villain here. I liked the characters. Some people got annoyed with some of the characters, but that was the point.
They didn't understand. Yeah, it's just, these kids are woke. Well, that's the point. That's the whole point
of the movie. It was that time, and I hope we're past this time, but I think we're still kind of in it, where people would look for things in movies that were like, oh, that's woke. I don't like the movie. Like, okay, yes, I agree with you that these kids they're playing their age, and their generation in the film, and they're playing kids like that. So it's not like the movie is trying to, preach to you. They're just playing these characters.
Yeah.
Leatherface takes a lot of them out. So it's like they're not the heroes of the story. So we get an actual massacre in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Lots of kids, well, young adults, but like 20-something.
So super fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Then I've got Evil Dead Rise, which you talked about.
Yep.
I've got Late Night with the Devil.
Nice.
That was, it's kind of, I put it on here because of how unique it is. And I thought it was genuinely creepy, and just so unique. And I hope that we get another one, or we get, different iterations of this type of found footage style.
There's 18 different production companies involved. So.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, people were audibly laughing.
Once it gets past like number 5 production companies, it gets a little ridiculous.
Yeah. And some of it was like, oh, I thought that was the start of the movie. No.
Yeah.
It's just the little intro.
Yeah.
And then we've got Christmas Bloody Christmas.
Nice.
I put this on there because it, just like Thanksgiving, made a, is now a Thanksgiving horror film. This one is going to be a Christmas horror film that I'll watch during the Christmas time. It was that good to me. So
no, it is really good.
And then The Dark and the Wicked. It's my last one. That was one of the scariest of the last 5 years to me.
Have I seen that one?
That one kind of freaked me out.
I don't know if I've seen that one yet.
Well, if you haven't, it's pretty scary.
We reviewed that one, actually.
I don't think we did. No. It's a adult siblings, a brother and a sister, go to see their dying father and their mother on a farm, and certain events happen, and basically there's this presence that's at the farm, and it's hard to say without spoiling some of the scenes, but it's very dark and wicked. It's but it's legit one of the scariest movies, I think, of the last 5 years. So I had to put it on there. I've seen it a couple of times, and it'll get you.
Nice.
So go watch that. It's kind of like the Conjuring, I would say, like creepy like that, like just certain images that you won't forget.
Yeah. I need to go
So
back and watch it if I have seen it. I don't remember a thing about it.
Yeah, it was a 2020 movie. It was I think a Shudder.
It went straight to Shudder, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, or I had to rent it. I don't remember. I remember we did a top 5 for 2020. We did it in like November, and then
because nothing came out of that yet.
Yeah, and then like I watched, I think it was that movie, and I was like, we have to redo our list because this one came out this year and it's one of my favorites. So, and then both of us were like looking up all these other movies. We're like, there's a lot of like straight to VOD movies that we didn't even watch. So, and quite a few of those made our list, and we ended up doing a top 10. So go check out that episode, because you'll find some really under the radar films, because they were mostly VOD films. So,
and I want to give a shout out one more. This is more of an honorable mention than these ones, because these are movies that would actually be on my top 10, most of them. But The Power, if you remember that one,
yes,
that's another one that was early
Shudder.
2021, I think.
Yeah,
or it was, and that was really good. Kind of a more slow burn for a good portion of it, but once it gets going, it's really good.
Yeah, that one's very good. Definitely one of the scarier ones. Saint Maud too.
Yeah,
that one was really good. It was around the same time. And these movies, I don't know if The Power was going to go to theaters, but pretty sure Saint Maud was going to. But
I think I don't know about The Power. It may have just been originally straight to VOD or Shudder movie.
I'm pretty sure it's a UK film. So I don't know.
I can.
Because it took place in the UK.
Yeah. But just a couple more for you.
Yep.
To check out.
All right. Let's get to our number one.
Number one. My number one is going to be Scream.
Ah, nice.
I love it. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Like we've had multiple of episodes talking about this movie. As far back as like predicting what this one will be on. This one we saw together. You came, and this was the one we watched, and I remember leaning over to you and being like, Dewey's gonna die, which is how they're gonna bring in Sydney. Like that's because it was at that scene where he calls her and she has no interest in coming back. And I was like, I've seen you in the trailers. You're coming back. How are you coming back?
Yeah. What's gonna bring you back?
Yeah. And nothing really. I don't think anything else besides maybe Gail dying would have brought her back. So it had to be Dewey.
So it should have been Gail, but
should have been. I agree with that.
Do you agree? Okay.
I do. I'm surprised she lasted this long. Like her character.
Even 6? Oh my
God. Even 6. Her character in Scream 1 was kind of annoying. It was like you're the type of person that would have normally would have died in these movies. But because you're Courtney Cox and you're a huge TV star right now, is why they left her alone.
Yeah.
To come back for more movies. But
I feel like I would say in the majority of the 6 films, she's not even a liked character by the other characters.
No, she's not.
She's like an annoyance to them, and then eventually they accept her help. But it's like, why do we have to go through this every single time? And this character just stays around.
She gets slapped at least once per movie. From one of the other characters. She even learns to duck in 6. And she or 5, 6. I think it was 6. And she still gets like punched in the face by Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
And it's like you've gotten hit so many times that you've learned to get out of the way. It's like you are not a liked character. Why are you here?
Yeah.
I think they had to kill Dewey because it's more impactful than it would have been if they had killed Gail. So Dewey had to be the one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He was a fan favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Gail was anybody's favorite, so
no.
But if we could have had Gail die and Dewey's reaction, like that could have been powerful.
Yeah.
I think that would have been just as powerful as Dewey dying and getting Gail's reaction. Because I think David Arquette could have really done a good performance. And I would have been way more invested in him getting like revenge, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they could have taken the series, further with his character.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just such potential there with how they set him up.
Yeah.
Just to kill
I
him
feel like they would have if his whole thing was revenge after that, though, they would have killed him off at one point. So we would have lost both. Because he would have let revenge just like blind him, and he would have gotten, because there were 3 and 6 in Scream 6.
That's
so he would have, if he wasn't taken out by the end of Scream 5, he probably would have been taken out by the end of Scream 6.
Scream 6 would have been a completely different movie, I think, if he survived. Because I think it would have been focused around him, or at least he would have been more of a focus, and they had developed such a good character for him that I think it would have been different, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Good pick.
Thank you.
Mine is, like I said, a cheat. It's Terrifier 2 and 3.
Oh yeah. What is yours gonna be? You said everything. No, you have not actually.
Yeah. I put 2 and 3. 1. I think I like 2 more than 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it might just be the experience of seeing 2 in the theater and the anticipation and the like, what's this gonna be? And it's a special screening, and then how much it blew up and was in theaters for weeks and weeks, and it just took over horror.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right around Halloween and stuff, so it was just a really fun time to be a horror fan and a Terrifier fan. And I love having that thing where it's like you feel like you're in a club. You're like, I saw this movie on Netflix, and I'm one of those people that watched it and loved it. And most people have never heard of it, but there's enough people. Yeah, I told you to watch it. There's enough people that loved it that you're kind of like in a club. Yeah. And your club was able to, will another film because of the crowdfunding and everything. And then you got this epic 2.5 hour slasher.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, that was so good. And now it's like this club is like, join us. Because now it's out there for everybody to see. And it's like, it's so cool when you can be a part of something small that you're there at the beginning. And then it explodes and you can be like, I was there when it first started. Although All Hallows Eve is actually kind of
the first,
I guess. But Art the Clown is very different than he was in that, if you've seen it. So different
actor too. Different everything,
So it's just cool. Like whether it be a band, like a super, underground rapper or band or something like that just blows up, and then all of a sudden everybody discovers it, and it's like, yep, I was there from the beginning. It's sometimes that can backfire though, because sometimes that waters down the product, and it gets more mainstream, and it gets, it loses its edge. You can see the change that happens sometimes, but it's not happening with Terrifier.
They're ending at 4, so they're not going to let it get to the point where like their fan base is, causing it to dilute. So it's just, there's so YouTube is full of like reaction YouTubers, like they'll do movies and TV shows and songs and stuff. And there's a couple of them that I subscribe to that actually react to the Terrifier movies. I was like, that's interesting, because it's not like you were saying, there's not a big there's not a huge group of people that are like fans of this franchise. So it's like seeing YouTubers actually react to it. It's like that's interesting. It's fun. It's fun to see their reactions to
I remember
franchise like this.
I remember Jerry O'Connell. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's on some like daytime talk show.
Oh, is
and
okay.
And I saw a video of like a little clip of the show, like him and a few other people. And this was like a week or two after Terrifier 2 came out in theaters, and it got extended a few times. And he brought it up during the show. He's like, "Have you guys heard of this? Like, this crazy clown?" Like, and he's like, I hear people were like passing out, and ambulance had to come, and people were throwing up. He's like, I had to go see this. And he's like, I'm gonna go. And then the whole like, the panel that he works with is like, oh no, don't do it. He's like, I'll let you guys know how it is. And so, and that was like just a couple of weeks after Terrifier 2 came to theaters. And it's like, okay, now it's all of a sudden getting this mainstream television talk show mentioning it. It was such a niche crowd before. Now we got Jerry O'Connell on some morning talk show talking about how he's going to go see it in the theater.
I didn't know he was part of talk shows.
I don't know if he is anymore, but he I don't know, maybe he was a guest on the show. I don't know, I don't remember, but he was talking about it, and I was like, that's so cool. I love it.
It's really cool when it's I don't know, I feel like it's weird. I don't want to say proud because it's a weird thing to say proud for, but like we've had art on before even the sequel came out. Like we've had these guys on, like we're because I thoroughly enjoyed the first one too. It was definitely low budget. But art, like, say what you want about the acting for everyone else or like the low budget of it. Art, the clown, is creepy. And that pizza place scene, still one of my favorite scenes of the franchise.
Yes.
It's so creepy and just without any dialogue really. And I don't know, like seeing how much it's blown up. It's a cool
thing to be part of, to feel like you were part of that. There's not a lot of things that people can say that they were a part of that blew up, So it kind of has like a special place in my heart because of just the story.
It does for me too. And it's a crazy thing to say that about this franchise of all.
And I just love how they haven't they haven't changed. They are still doing what they're doing. Like it's still crazy, gruesome, over the top kills. It's all practical. It's they haven't cut any corners with 2 and 3. So we'll see what 4 looks like.
Hopefully
they're gonna have to go to hell. So I don't know.
They're going to hell at some point. I don't know.
I don't know how they're gonna practically do that.
Hell.
And I don't want it to look like the cave in Leprechaun. Or Leprechaun 2. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We don't want it to look like that. But we'll see what that looks like.
I'm sure the budget for Terrifier 4 will be better than the budget for Leprechaun 2. So hopefully.
We'll see. All right. Well, there you go. There's 30. Well, not 30 different movies, but 30 movies.
30
movies. A lot
movies.
of them are different, though. for
especially our honorable mentions.
Yep. So last 5 years has been really good, and we'll see what the next 5 hold. 2025 has so far been pretty good, I would say.
Yeah.
It hasn't been bad.
Yeah.
It's been kind of middle of the road, I would say. But
I mean, our first movie that we ever, that'll be, and then we got Megan 2.0 right after that. The same month.
Looking forward to that one.
That feels more like action than horror anyway, but
yeah. We'll still review it.
Yep. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be on the list at some point, but
we'll see. We'll see how it is.
Oh man. All right, started our year.
Oh yeah, with
Peter Pan. Our year with Peter Pan, which we all gave a 90+ to.
Yeah.
So that was a good way of starting the year. Which is the weirdest thing I have said today, probably. We gave a Peter Pan horror movie an A.
Yeah, it's that good. Go find it.
I don't know where to watch it. Like I don't even know where it's available anymore.
I mean, we got the Bambi the Reckoning coming.
Yeah, that comes out July, sometime. Is it July?
Yeah, I think they've announced the date.
Are we getting a screener for it?
Might have to see.
I'm not going to be able to see it until like the end of the year by the time.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if it's any indication of Peter Pan, it's nowhere. You can't rent that thing anywhere. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a physical release of it.
Oh, really?
But I don't know if that date has come yet. I know it was announced.
Oh, okay.
That there was going to be, some sort of Blu-ray that you could buy at stores or order. I don't know. But, so we'll see what the next half of the year gives to us. And, keep it locked here because we will give you all the news.
Oh, yeah.
All the reviews.
All the lists.
You can wish and desire. But you got to subscribe to be able to just see all that stuff because otherwise we're just going to disappear into the abyss of YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I guess that's it for this one. This has been Scare Talk.
Sleep tight.
Don't let Scare Talk bite.
Oh man.
I don't think I've ever done it.